UFC Iowa, Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. We got another decent card. There's a lot of terrible fights on here too, though. Per usual, it's how the fight night cards go. But you know the drill. We're doing a breakdown. Let's get straight to it. Enough with the dilly dally. First up, Juliana Miller versus Ivana Petrovic. How the fuck did Juliana Miller ever make it to the UFC? I have no fucking clue. I just don't know. I don't understand how you can, like, especially in women's MMA, just go from just a straight grappler, then you're just like in the highest paying, best MMA promotion in the world. I don't understand how that happens. And she's lost her last two fights to Luana Santos and Veronica Hardy. She's not good. And she's frail, and she doesn't look like a fighter, man. Like, I understand she is a good grappler. I get that. But, like, Ivana Petrovic is actually a fighter, you know? And Juliana Miller isn't, so I'm not even going to keep going on this. Next up, Thomas Peterson versus Dontel Mays. Okay, by the way, I need to say this. If you haven't watched my UFC heavyweights video, go watch that. Probably one of my funnier videos, I think. One of my more entertaining videos. It holds true here. What are we doing, you know? Like, have these guys done a training camp, you think? No. You think they've seen a treadmill in the last 5 years? Anyways. Sorry. I just had to get that off my chest that, like, we're still doing this. Like, there's still just obese people in the best MMA promotion in the world. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, Dontel Mays is awful, dude. I don't know. But so is Thomas Peterson, you know? So it's like... like, his last two fights, he lost to Jamal Pogues. I mean, like... Fuck. Thomas Peterson, he loses to Shamil Gaziev. Before that, he fought with the Usman brother, and he looked decent, and he had really good moments, but then before that, he lost to Jamal Pogues. So, you know, and then you go to the other side of things, and Dontel Mays is just, like, can't beat anybody. Like, he beat Andrei Arlovsky back in 2023, and he took Shamil Gaziev to a decision, and he lost. If you're taking Shamil Gaziev the full 15 minutes, how are you not? I'm going to take Thomas Peterson, I guess. I don't know, man. Losing to Walter Walker, I don't hold much value because I do think Walter Walker is going to actually do well at heavyweight. But both of these guys are fucking terrible, dude. Like, there's nothing better out there. Cut half the heavyweight roster, free some money up, and go sign some other guys that actually know what they're doing. Anyways, I'm taking Thomas Peterson. Gaston Bolanos versus Quang Lee. Quang Lee got knocked out, if I'm not wrong, by... Who was that? His name was like Wrong something. I'm going to look right here. Let's see if I'm right. Long Zhao is who it was. He has like the yellow streak in his hair from what I remember. Yeah, he got knocked out by that guy, and then before that, he got the patented treatment of Chris Gutierrez by losing a decision to him. And if you look at Gaston Bolaños, I might have said Bolanos before that. It's Bolaños. The only real knock on his last little bit, at least in the UFC, has been to Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee is really good, I think. I think he's actually ranked right now at bantamweight. I think Gaston Bolaños is going to be able to get this done. I don't see any finishing ability either from Quang Lee, whereas Bolaños has tons of finishes by KO. Not tons of finishes because he only has 12 fights in his record. Yeah, he has 6 of his 8 wins are by KO. So I'm going to take Gaston Bolaños by TKO. Why is he also trying to like pull off this like Ilya look? I don't like that. Be yourself, bro. Jesus. It should stay standing because Quang Lee's not the most physically imposing grappler ever. I don't see how he would be able to get Bolaños to the ground. So if it does stay on the feet, I just think Bolaños is quicker. He gets outside foot position better. Yeah, I just think he's better on the feet, man. And I don't think Quang Lee can really finish anybody, to be honest with you. And I don't see him getting it to the ground and like being able to manhandle him. We're going to take Gaston Bolaños by TKO. Next up, Marina Rodriguez versus Jillian Robertson. I have a hot take on this. I actually don't know if it's a hot take on this because I have seen a few people side with me. Jillian Robertson, I think, is overrated. Not like a ton, but I don't think she's as good as everyone thinks. Go down who she's fought. Polyana Viana, 3-fight losing streak. She's lost 3 out of her last 4. Then after that, Michelle Waterson Gomez, lost 5 in a row. She's lost 5 out of her last 6. Luana Pinheiro, she's lost 4 out of her last 5. And like Jillian Robertson beat all of them, and it was like, whoa, she's really good. Like, says who? Everyone's beating these chicks. But she does it, and now she's like this scary force to be reckoned with in women's MMA. I just don't see that. I don't understand this because Marina Rodriguez is like a very scrappy, she's a veteran, first of all. She is older, but it seems like all of the fights that she has, she's like in there, if that makes sense. Like she's always trying to get scrappy, and she is on like a huge, like she's not doing good as of late, but the 2 losses are split decisions to people who aren't bad, you know, like Jessica Andrade, Yasmin Lucindo, Michelle Waterson Gomez. She finished her in her win before that. And then you look before that, and the 2 other losses were Verna Jandiroba and Amanda Lemos. These are like really high level women at the top of the division. I'm taking Marina Rodriguez. I just don't think the grappling is going to be enough from Jillian Robertson. And I just can't take a Canadian to win a fight. I saw someone said that. Who said that? There's a big MMA YouTuber that said that also, which I agree. Like, I'm not taking a Canadian to win a fight. I'm sorry. Especially in big 2025, you know? It's just not going to happen. And if it does, it's a fluke. But plus 260 is kind of crazy to me. People think that Jillian Robertson's just going to take her down and ragdoll her. I'm going to look at the community. This is actually a good fight. I am actually excited to watch this. Marina Rodriguez, everyone thinks Jillian Robertson's going to win. I don't think so. I don't think that she's just going to take her down and get us up. I don't see that happening. I think Marina Rodriguez is too scrappy. I think Jillian Robertson is going to shoot for takedowns, and her entries aren't going to be as good as we think they're going to be. And Marina Rodriguez is going to push down on the head, get her back to the cage, circle off, and she's just going to put a pace on her. And if it does get to the ground, I think she's defensively responsible enough to not get submitted. I'm going to take Marina Rodriguez. I'm not the most confident. It worries me that like everyone is going against me in this. Got to stand my ground, I guess. Next up, we have Ryan Loder versus Azamat Bakoyev. As of late, I have found that you don't take these American grapplers, dude, which is going to backfire on me because we'll get to Bo Nickel. Anyways, what is Ryan Loder's win condition here? Sub him? Take him down and sub him? I don't think so. I think Azamat Bakoyev is like being the lower man and the more powerful dude. I think his takedown defense is going to be really good in this matchup, and he's like riding high. Like, when was the last time he lost? Last time he lost was 4 years ago. It was by submission, though. I'm going to take Azamat Bakoyev. I think he gets a ground and pound finish. I don't see the hype in Ryan Loder, dude. I really don't see it. But he beat Robert Valentine, you know? Who's the big dude that couldn't do that the other day that fought Robert Valentine? What was that guy's name? Torres Finney. Yeah, dude. That guy. That guy's like a complete retard. And why is Azamat Bakoyev built like Michael Chandler? He has like a bubble gut. What the hell's going on? We're taking Azamat Bakoyev by ground and pound finish. I think he gets it in the second round. And Azamat Bakoyev looked good in his last fight. He beat the fucking piss out of Zachary Reese. And I thought Zachary Reese was good, and he just mauled him. I think it's going to be very reminiscent of that Zachary Reese fight where he gets him to the ground and he's just like in full or half guard, and he's just landing bombs, elbows, hammer fists. I think he's gonna put him out. Miesha Tate versus Yana Santos. I think I made fun of Yana Santos in my last prediction video, wasn't it? This is such a terrible fight. Why is Miesha Tate back? She's never been good, and neither has Yana Santos. She's like the poster girl of, you know, when I say, everyone says this, but like I say this all the time. In women's MMA, they just throw and they're not in range and they're screaming and they're not even close to hitting each other. But they're like screaming and they like try to make it sound like they're being intimidating, but they're not doing anything. That's Yana Santos. But Miesha Tate's terrible and she's like 40. But Yana Santos looks like she's 50. I'm going to take Miesha Tate. Fuck it. I don't care. Honestly, I could care less if I get this pick right or wrong. If she beat Julia Avila in her last fight, I guess that's cool, you know. We'll ride high off of that. Who cares, bro? This fight genuinely fucking sucks. Jeremy Stephens versus Mason Jones. I like Jeremy Stephens. He gives me, someone said this too. I keep reiterating the things that I've heard, but like his record is very much of like a Michael Johnson. It doesn't look very pretty because he's 29 and 21 or whatever, but he's good. Like, he's skilled. But the problem that I have with this is he's been gone for a while and he hasn't been grappling, and he's been doing bare knuckle and boxing, whereas Mason Jones is a good grappler and he can take you down, and that's not going to be good for Jeremy Stephens. Like, if you've been out of the game and you haven't been grappling and wrestling for like nonstop, you know, it's like that's not going to end well, bro. Like, you can't just hop back into the sport against against a guy like Mason Jones, who's like very dynamic. He can ground and pound finish you. He can finish you on the feet. Jeremy Stephens has shown a susceptibility to being finished. -575, by the way, is crazy. The only way he loses is if he's a fucking idiot and just is like, yeah, I'm gonna stand with the guy. Take him down. He hasn't wrestled. He hasn't wrestled at like a professional level or grappled at a professional level in... Let me look. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years. Dude, it was 2022 was his last MMA fight, and he got submitted. So I think Mason Jones gets this done on the ground and pound finish or submission, because I don't think he's a complete fucking idiot. If he is, he's not going to take him down, and he's probably going to get pieced up on the feet, because that's what Jeremy Stephens has been doing his whole career. We'll take Mason Jones. Cameron Smotherman versus Siri Sidi. I'm taking Cameron Smotherman. I'm taking an underdog. How many underdogs have I taken, by the way? 1? Damn. Okay, never mind. I thought I was taking a lot of underdogs. It's really awkward. I'm taking Cameron Smotherman. I think he's quick and powerful on the feet. And I don't think Siri City's good. What was his last fight? And he's Canadian. It says Ukraine, but he is Canadian. And Cameron Smotherman beating Jake Hadley by decision holds a lot of value to me. And he looked good on the regional scene. I know he got up on the Contender Series. That was a long time ago, though. That was 2023. I think Cameron Smotherman gets this done. I think he gets it done by decision, because I don't think Siri City can get put away, really. I don't think he has, actually. Now that I think about it. Has he? He got submitted one time. He's never been KO'd. I'll take Cameron Smotherman by decision. His last performance was just impressive enough for me to pick him. Next up, Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos. This is a good fight. Montel Jackson's calling card is Damon Blackshear KO, which I'm pretty sure he KO'd Damon Blackshear in like 10 seconds or something. What was it? 18 seconds, which is aging really well, because Damon Blackshear has looked really good other than his first round against, what's that white guy's name? Cody Gibson. I almost just knocked my camera over. Jesus, that happens every video, it seems. It's aging really well that he just put Damon Blackshear out in the first round, in the first 30 seconds. But Daniel Marcos is good, man. That's why this is a good fight, because I have no idea. Because there is a chance that Montel Jackson, I do think he's good. Let me preface before I say this. I do think Montel Jackson is good, and he's very technical. But you see sometimes guys get away with one, they land a bomb, and then we start looking at them like they're this big deal, and they're really good, and then you throw them up to the next guy, and it doesn't go as well. We see that happen a lot, which worries me, but I think Montel Jackson is that good. I don't think that one just like lucky shot that he hit Damon Blackshear with was just like this huge fluke. Anyways, I'm taking Montel Jackson. I think he gets it done by decision, maybe? I'll take him by decision, because I think that's the safe play, because Daniel Marcos is just, he's undefeated. So, like, who knows? Maybe he does get put out. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Daniel Rodriguez. I've been saying this for a long time. Daniel Rodriguez is not good. He has never been good. Point blank, period. His best win was a split decision to Li Jing Liang, a washed Kevin Lee, Mike Perry. Like, what are we doing? But Santiago Ponzinibbio's 40. Daniel Rodriguez went to a split decision in his last fight with Alex Morono. I think Alex Morono is absolutely washed now, so that does not look good. That looks terrible, actually. Santiago Ponzinibbio, he went to a split decision with Muslim Salikov, and then after that, he knocked out Carlston Harris. And then before that, he was, like, beating Kevin Holland, and then he got caught with, like, a mean left hook and got put out. But, like, anyways. And the common opponent here is Alex Morono, because Ponzinibbio knocked out Morono, and Daniel Rodriguez went to a split decision with him. It's like, bro, I'm taking Santiago Ponzinibbio. I think he gets it done by decision. I've seen people say that this fight's going to be fun to watch. It's not. They're probably going to be tired, and they probably don't want to be there. They're probably just there for a paycheck now. I'm taking Santiago Ponzinibbio. Bo Nickel versus Rainer de Ritter. I kind of want to go 1 out of 10 on the confidence on this. I am going to take Bo Nickel. I don't know how the odds are not completely even, because I've seen the MMA Guru. I saw him say that Bo Nickel looked good against Paul Craig. He did not look good. I agree with a lot of stuff, a lot of the takes that the MMA Guru has. That one was terrible. Bo Nickel looked like shit, dude. How do you land repeatedly overhands to the chest, to his pecs, to Paul Craig's pecs. That was another thing that the MMA guru said. Oh, he has good striking. His striking's good. No, it's only good when he has a size advantage on someone because he doesn't know how to close the distance. Like when Bo Nickel knocked out, what was that one dude? The black dude with the mohawk. Val Woodburn. Yeah. How tall is Val Woodburn? He's 5'8". Like, no shit, he knocked him out. And then, like, Cody Brundage, he was having problems, like, trying to finish Cody Brundage. And Cody Brundage is, like, not the most high-level grappler. He is a good grappler, but not, like, anything crazy. Rainer the Ritter's a really good grappler, dude. But the one thing holding me back here, Rainer the Ritter was losing a lot of the exchanges against GM3, which is not pretty. If you're looking at that at face value, that is just not good. But they were striking exchanges. And when we got to the ground, the Ritter subbed him. I think he hurt him before that. He dropped him, and then he subbed him. I think Bo Nickel's instincts on the ground are just really, really good. When he had his grappling match with Gordon Ryan, he knew when he was in trouble or like any situation that was going to get him in any sort of trouble. But his striking is just so bad. I don't think Bo Nickel's I think he's one of the least well-rounded fighters on the roster. His striking is that bad. I don't think the Ritter's going to be able to sub him, though, because the instincts that Bo Nickel has on the ground, it's not normal. Like, his grappling is just that good. I don't think Bo Nickel's very good. Well-roundedness-wise, I think his grappling is good. His striking is so terrible, though. I'm taking Bo Nickel. I'm not happy about it because I really do think the Ritter has a good shot of winning this, especially if it stays standing. I think Bo Nickel's going to have problems with the length. You were having problems with the length against Paul Craig, bro. I think Bo Nickel wins by decision. I think it's going to be another fight, probably. Bo Nickel's, I'm not a fan. If you like Bo Nickel, you. You're lying to yourself if you actually like this guy. Like, he's so boring to listen to. And I'm basing that a lot off of just his last fight and press conferences. Even the Cody Brundage. It's like, yeah, I mauled him. It's like, no, you didn't. You had problems in the first round. I'm pretty sure Cody Brundage took you down, bro. I've been talking about this for too long. Bo Nickel just pisses me off, and I don't like him. So, which I'm sure goes for a lot of the MMA community, too. So, Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. I've heard a lot of people say that Davison Figueiredo is injured and he's out of shape, which only adds to my confidence in my pick because I am taking Corey Sandhagen. Are the odds for this holy shit? Minus 500? What do they know that we don't? Minus 500? That seems a bit extreme to me. What I was going to say was it's going to be very, very obvious right when the fight starts, the size and length advantage that Corey Sandhagen has. And I think that the reports that Davison is injured and he's out of shape, that doesn't suit well. It doesn't suit well. It doesn't sit well with me. Like in his last fight against Umar, was that his last fight? Was against Umar, or did he win another one? Am I totally spacing? It was against Umar. He didn't look terrible. Umar just kind of wet blanketed him almost. Corey was defending against pretty much every single threat that there was, but Umar just seemed to find a dominant position and hold it. But like Corey's grappling is really good. Like what's Davison's not gonna, you can't knock out Corey. Unless you're like Piotr Jan or like Sean O'Malley maybe. I don't think you're knocking out Corey. With all the stance switches and the weird shit that he's throwing at you, spinning attacks, flying knees, I don't think you're going to be able to knock him out, but you're not going to be able to sub him either because I think he's so defensively responsible on the ground, as we saw against Umar, that it's just not going to happen. And I don't think you're going to be able to take him down. Like his takedown defense against Umar in the first like 2 or 3 rounds was really good. Davison's not from Russia, you know. He's not going to just be pursuing a takedown over and over and over and over, which is ultimately what led to Corey losing that fight. Was it just became so tiresome for him to keep defending those takedowns that it just wore on him and he couldn't get out of a position, and next thing you know he's just sitting down with Umar in half guard on top of him for 10 straight minutes, you know? Like he couldn't do anything after that. But Davison's not going to do that, I don't think the game plan is going to be like to Marab Corey Sandhagen. And I don't think Davison has that in him. And Corey's just going to have a huge advantage on the feet. Maybe minus 500 is right, now that I'm thinking about it. I think Corey can hurt Davison, but Davison's not going to be able to hurt Corey. Yeah, I'm going to take Corey. I think he gets it done by decision. I think it's going to be like a 49-46, maybe 50-45 even. it does kind of suck that I am hearing that Davison's hurt and out of shape. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. 98% of you aren't subscribed, so click that button down there. Got about minimum two videos coming every week. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, stay tuned. Peace.